In this video, I'm going to reveal 5 creative product video ideas. Because let's be real, sometimes thinking of ideas is the hardest part. So let's get into it, and the 4th one is my favorite. Starting off with number 1, Ziploc bags. So what are these things used for? Well, if I put something on top of it, in this case M&Ms, I can do this. Using this technique always makes an absolute mess, but that looked pretty cool. Now I'm gonna set up an actual shot and use this technique. So I have my shot all set up, and this is what I'm gonna be launching. Strawberries. So I'm gonna put these on top of my Ziploc bag and put some water on it and see what happens. And there's only 2 things I'm keeping in mind. Number 1, I want most of the strawberries to stay in the center of the frame. And number 2, I want the strawberries to hit their peak in frame as well. A shot like this normally takes a few tries to get right. It is pretty hard to nail focus and also nail framing. As you can see, I had a few ones that went too far to the left, too far to the right, or just weren't high enough. But if you do it enough times, you'll get some stuff that looks pretty cool. For example, this one had the strawberry go right by the camera at the end, and then this one I thought just looked really cool because it was all center framed. Then in post, if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can actually start compositing multiple clips together to get something that looks a little bit more dynamic. The next idea is a fish tank. You can use these in a lot of different ways, whether you want to get some moody shots or something more fun like the shot I'm gonna get right now. After filling up the fish tank and using a squeegee to clean the walls, this is what the raw shot is looking like. And to get this, it's pretty simple. I have the can hanging from some fishing line attached to a C-stand. Then I have a light going through this super ghetto rig here. Then on this side, my key light is going through a scrim gym. And this is giving the prime can a nice soft look. Now all I have to do is spray some food coloring and hope it looks cool. So you're not impressed? Don't worry, me neither. If this were for an actual commercial, then I'd have to empty the fish tank, clean it, and then set up everything again just to get another shot at it. But before I do something like that, I had an idea. Before the food coloring overtook the entire color of the water, what if I took a kebab stick and swirled it around on the inside of the fish tank? And I did that, and I got something that looks pretty cool. Alright, this next idea is more of an editing trick rather than a filming technique, but it still looks super cool, and it's called a mask transition. The idea is, as you zoom in on one shot, you mask a certain part of it to reveal another shot. So for example, here I have some Chobani yogurt. The first shot is just going to be me pulling the lid up, then I'm going to use the inside of the yogurt to make a mask and reveal another shot. To finish this shot, I masked out the yogurt and my hand using the roto brush in After Effects. Then once again, I used After Effects to get rid of the kebab stick from the strawberry. From there, I created a mask on the inside of the yogurt. Then I simply placed my second shot underneath the first shot, and this is what the final shot looks like. Now you may have just seen me use this thing, which happens to be idea number 4 and my personal favorite. It's called a Lazy Susan. This thing cost me like 50 bucks on Amazon, and I think I've used it in nearly every single product video I've ever shot. It's just that good. But what does it do? Well, it spins and spins and spins. Yeah, that's about it. But there's so much that you can do with something spinning. I mean, most of my recent Kit Kat commercial is filmed using one. One reason I really love using this is it makes your shots a lot more interesting. Even if it's just a little spin, that can go a long way. So I'm gonna film 2 different clips of my Blue Yeti microphone. One where it's stationary and one where it's moving. Notice how much more dynamic this one is? Another reason I really like Lazy Susans is it can allow you to do some more advanced compositing. This shot of the Kit Kat breaking is actually 3 different shots, all of which I used a Lazy Susan to keep the movements similar so I could composite a lot easier in post. So if you can only remember one thing that I said in this entire video, it would be Lazy Susans are awesome and you should get one. The next idea might surprise you, and it is fishing wire. Yes, fishing wire. So what can you possibly do with this? So I have this monster can hanging from this fishing wire, and the nice thing about fishing wire is you don't have to do a lot of work in post to get rid of it because it's so thin. All I'm gonna do is spray some smoke and then raise the can and do it until I find something that looks pretty cool. After some quick setup, we could finally give it a try, but the can was just a little too shaky when raising it, so I refilmed the shot, this time wrapping the fishing wire around my C-stand to hopefully keep it more steady. There you have it. I hope this video inspired you to get filming. If you want to watch more videos like this one, just click right here. Peace.